Hello, I've been getting a few requests, so today I'm going to be reflecting and sharing with you my journey on my freedom portfolio from when I started this channel back in October last year to now, which is coming close to 5 months already. In this period I've seen ups and downs, but mostly ups. I'm going to share with you my thoughts, including mistakes I made along the way and lucky timings, and what I see happening moving forwards. Stay tuned. Keep it simple. For those of you new to the channel, I am the Simple Trader. I have been sharing with you stocks that I've been buying and adding to my freedom portfolio in the hopes of growing it over 10 years to achieve financial freedom. I am not a financial advisor, so please understand this is all for entertainment only. No more plugging. Let's start drilling. Okay, for those of you who have been following my channel, you will know that in August last year, I started what I call my freedom portfolio. I changed my investing strategy from a very conservative, no nonsense, no balls approach to taking growth stock investing seriously and investing in growth stocks that have titanic upside potential. You know that light bulb moment? I got that, and I realized that conservative investing was not getting me the results I wanted quick enough, and I felt my circumstances meant that I could stomach more risk for higher potential returns. It was that simple. I'm going to be revealing each stock in my portfolio with my current positions, which shouldn't come with too many surprises if you have been following my videos. Full disclosure, I started this portfolio with an initial $30,000 investment, and then I added approximately $17,000 more as I started to build it up last year. This puts my original capital investment around $47,000, and based on current prices, my portfolio is worth around $112,000. This represents a massive 138% total gains on paper. Don't get me wrong, I'm not flexing, as I'm sure for some this is a very small portfolio, and sure enough, some people have commented and laughed at the sizes of some of my positions, but not everyone has buckets of money to start, and I'm just one of those simple working guys, so you know, I gotta start somewhere, right? Look guys, I'm not looking to get rich quick, so for me, this kind of growth has already blown my mind, and I'm hoping that the compounding effect will start to kick in through 2021 and beyond. I'm also extremely happy to see my channel growing to where we currently have over 3,500 subscribers, which means hopefully some of you out there is finding my content and journey informative at the very least. I want to be as open and transparent with you as possible, and so I think this portfolio reveal will show you that I'm simply not just pumping stocks on this channel. This whole YouTube thing has also been a learning curve for me and has kind of put much needed checks on what I'm doing. It's a kind of platform that is also allowing me to double down on my deep drilling on each investment I make. I also get amazing comments from you guys and stock tips as well. I highly appreciate it. There are some time lags between me opening my positions and the upload dates of the videos, since I have to put them together and they take time. So I think further down the line, if there is enough demand, I will look to release my purchases in real time ahead of video uploads. You will see in the coming portfolio how I have put the stock prices on the day of the video uploads, so you can get an idea of the potential returns had you bought on the day I release the videos. Of course, there are slippages, as I've already mentioned, between those prices and the prices that I bought at, and I think generally though the prices are similar, and generally they went up except for a few. Let's get right into it. Okay, NIO is where it all started for me, and this was my first video uploaded, although I started this position in August. At the time of upload on the 8th of October, it was already trading around $21.56. Today it is at $55.77, meaning a 159% upside. That's pretty awesome if you ask me. Back in August when I started, this seemed like a high risk maneuver for my first big purchase, but after doing a full deep dive and seeing the potential in NIO, which includes operating in the biggest EV market in the world, the EV boom worldwide, their technology such as autonomous driving and artificial intelligence integration, and most importantly for me, battery swapping technology, I was sold. I loaded up 950 shares, but please note, I was averaging in from around August to September time. At that time, I had not started my YouTube channel, so I couldn't get this information out there. To date, I have not sold a single share, and I am up 265% on my initial position. You can see this is the backbone of my portfolio, as it represents 41% of it. Looking further ahead, I will most likely be averaging out some shares in order to pump up my other stock positions. I think I'd like to get NIO down to around 25% of my overall portfolio by the end of this year, but long term I do see this stock in the hundreds, so it will be very difficult to justify selling. We'll just have to see. Okay, so when I was researching for my second growth stock to add to my portfolio, I somehow stumbled across this gem, Nordstrom. When I uploaded my deep drill on the 21st of October, it was trading around $12. Today, it is at $34, meaning a 177% upside. That is another slam dunk. From my deep drill analysis, this stock was clearly beaten down by COVID to a point where it was ridiculously undervalued. The main points were the competition had been reduced due to some bankruptcies. The new online platforms Nordstrom were pushing were immense, and the higher end consumer target customer meant that sales never really stopped. And the technical analysis on the long-term RSI and price action showed me there could only be one direction, and that is up. Factor in the short on percentage float was over 40%. I knew this was easy money. Literally, out of all the stocks in my portfolio, I can only coin that phrase on this one stock. So I loaded in 450 shares. Mistake one. In hindsight, I should have gone all in based on my conviction, but there was a part of me still worrying about the effects of the COVID lockdowns. So I recently sold out half of my position when the price exploded to $26. Yes. Mistake 2. Another mistake of selling too early. But I needed to raise some capital as I'd identified some other stocks that I was highly interested in. In effect, the remaining position I have now is what I call house money. But I really don't like calling it house money because it implies gambling. And that's not what I want this freedom portfolio to be based on. Moving forwards, I may just let these 100 shares sit there for some time as I am still bullish on their 2021 prospects. But overall, if Nordstrom does hit $50 to $60, that is where I think I'll likely cash out the rest. Okay, are you getting bored yet? If you are, it's okay, I understand. Your time is precious to you and it's precious to me. So you can simply freeze and see my entire freedom portfolio and the performance. Okay, here's the diamond in the pack. VXRT was uploaded on the 31st of October and was trading around $4.92. I got in around $6. So you may have been thinking, what is this guy thinking? And the stock went as low as $3 in November. Well, today at recording, it is at $23.33, meaning a ridiculous 374% upside. Now, I knew the potential was here based on their game-changing pill form vaccine, but God almighty, I knew this was a long hold, and we hadn't had much news come out at all. What I didn't see though was the short squeeze. VXRT also had a high percentage short on current float. The recent price explosion has resulted in a ridiculous paper gain of over 276% if I had just held through. I made another newbie mistake. I sold 400 shares of VXRT when it hit $8. I clearly underestimated the situation. Moving forwards, I will look to cash in more shares as it pops, hopefully leaving a few house shares at the end of the day. I think VXRT is still a great long-term hold, but it may drop back down significantly if the results are negative or not as expected, and stay there unless they do get the vaccine news that we've all been optimistically waiting for. I'll be honest, I'm not feeling too optimistic for 2021, but only time will tell. I'm not going to dwell on Workhorse, but the video was uploaded on the 8th of November and it was trading around $17.29. Today, it is at $34.21, meaning a 98% upside. I admit, I got in on this stock on the basis of the USPS contract, so this was a pure speculation play. I sold half of my position at $33 last Wednesday and will ride the rest as I see this company as a $50 company by the end of the year. With Biden's speech, it looks like Workhorse is a done deal already for the USPS, and potentially other government fleets will follow. It will be exciting to watch Workhorse grow, but do note this is a very volatile stock based on its past performance. Okay, Nano Dimension was a penny stock. I uploaded this on the 10th of November when it was trading around $4.12. Today, it is at $14.67, meaning a 256% upside. Holy smokes, this has been crazy. Every single dilution was nail biting, but seeing the stock go up and up, and now they have over $1 billion in cash. I think this is a safe stock for further growth. Cash is king, and when you are a small cap stock holding $1 billion in cash, enough said. Now, I sold shares at $12 as I wanted to cover my initial investment and I wanted to start some new positions in other stocks. The rest again, I'll ride out as I see this as a potential $50 stock within 1 year. Okay, this is interesting. INO was uploaded on the 16th of November and it was trading at $12.85. Today, it is at $15.09, meaning a 17% upside. Full honesty though, INO was and is still one of my most bullish stocks. It is nowhere near my other better performing stocks in terms of performance, and in the end of December it fell to around $8 and putting me in the red big and down a massive 33%. It has been crazy. We have got no positive news yet on their COVID vaccine. Their HPV cancer vaccine also has no solid news, but the potential is there. As I released my last video on the 21st of January, I do see INO popping big in 2021 provided all the stars are aligned, to coin the phrase. The fact that my position has gone back up and into the green is simply put sheer luck. I did not see INO's short percent on float was rather high. I missed this. With the squeeze of GME and other stocks, it was kind of obvious INO would be impacted. To update you guys, I'm still holding, but not for a further squeeze pump for the long term, where I believe DNA vaccine technology has the potential to change the world. LPCN was uploaded on the 20th of November and it was trading around $1.48. Today, it is at $1.71, meaning a 16% upside. I got into this stock on the back of a drug approval that I believe had massive upside and game-changing potential. I didn't factor in the FDA could give these guys a conditional approval. I don't even want to talk about it in detail, but they literally got stitched up big time in my opinion. I decided to wait until January for the NASH results and it paid off. I closed out some shares to cover my initial position on their recent run following NASH updates. My remaining shares I'm just putting aside and I'm probably not going to look at them until next year when they hopefully get the full approval to market the T-Lando drug. Palantir is one of my highest conviction stocks, probably behind INO and NIO. My first video on Palantir was uploaded on the 26th of November, where it was trading around $29.05. Today, it's at $31.02, meaning a 7% upside. Following my deep drills and research, I really do think this is one company that will be changing the world in 5 years. And yes, I do have a crazy $500 price target on this. Based on what, you may ask? Well, I think I've laid it out pretty clear in my deep drill videos. But based on that, I will not be selling any shares of Palantir in the near future. And I'm going to look to let these shares ride out long term and potentially adding more. Okay, now those 8 stocks represent the majority of my initial investment capital. I won't go over the rest as they are fairly recent and the positions are relatively smaller since they were opened with the proceeds of selling some shares of these 8 majority stocks mentioned earlier. But as you can see, most of them are in the profit zone already at the time of this video being put together. To summarize, I put in a total of around $47,000, but if you look at my current portfolio, the total cost of the stocks come to around $49,000. You may wonder, is this an error? I sold off shares in some of my majority stocks when they had reached significant levels. I used some of those proceeds to open the newer positions and leaving cash to either add more stocks or shares of existing stocks in the future. In my case, I've recently used some cash to buy GME, AMC and BEB. But that cash is 100% speculation, which I am okay to lose all of it. That is why I haven't shown those positions here. They're currently, at the time of recording, doing very badly. But hey, I'm supporting the cause. YOLO. To wrap this up, my current portfolio is worth $112,000 or a gain of 138%, which over 6 months is quite something, which I never expected in my life. By doing deep drilling and analysis of high growth and high upside companies, it does pay off if you have some luck along the way and the market conditions are good. The one thing I can see, and I'm sure you can start to see, is time in the stock is what allows it to pay out big and can get these 100% plus returns. This is not a get rich quick scheme, and we have to be smart investors. We shouldn't be looking for those 100% gains in one day. They are very dangerous. Anyway, luckily for me, Even the red positions have recently turned green. We have to constantly review the companies and stocks we hold, and if anything fundamental changes for the long term, we have to review this. This is why I held VXRT and INO through the red times, and I'm currently holding CheckCap. I hope this honest opening up has provided you with some useful insights and how you could hopefully look to start improving your portfolio or even start investing today. If I can do it, I'm sure you can. And yes, my portfolio is not massive like some of the other YouTubers, but hopefully in a few years, if you continue to follow me and not get bored to death, then we may see it hit 1 million. That's my dream. Thank you for watching, and remember that all of the information presented is based on my own personal opinions and positions. So please do your own due diligence and only risk what you can afford to lose in these hyper risk plays. Speak to a professional before you look to invest any of your money. If you are interested in these huge growth stocks that I have in my portfolio, please check out my videos. For more huge growth stock picks, analysis and updates, please stay tuned and consider subscribing to my channel so you get the information first. I am the Simple Trader. I try to keep this simple and will simply see you next time.